A warm welcome all. So today I am going to talk about the topic that I chose for my paper presentation, a geocritical analysis of culture, an in-depth study of the film Kumbalangi Nights. So, through this movie, we can see that two brothers, Saji and Bobby, are explaining their complicated family history through this movie. The oldest Saji to the counselor and younger brother Bobby to his girlfriend. The scene cuts between the individual narratives. Bobby's girlfriend jokes, "How many mommies and daddies do you have? I want a complete list before sunrise." Meanwhile, Sajid tells the psychiatrist that it really hurts when people call him fatherless. Both brothers cry. Bobby silently sheds a tear as he gazes at the sky, but Saji holds the psychiatrist and bursts in tears, as we can see the situation through these two pictures. His body shakes with grief, his tears and snot-wet psychiatrist's shirt, as we can see through this picture. It's as if when dam has cracked. Kumbalangi Night is a story of a broken man. Kumbalangi is a small island in Kochi. Saji and Bobby live here with a younger brother Frankie in a house that is unfinished literally and metaphorically. As we can see, there is no door and every squalid corner seems river with old slides and grudges. There are no women here. Saji, who cooks their meal, is a sort of a mother substitute when Bobby pushes him too hard. Then Saji and Bobby get into a fight in which they inflict pain in by squeezing each other's private. Meanwhile, Frankie watches and says this house is nothing but hell. The fourth brother Bonnie saw them fighting each other and turns around because he wants no part of family. The next is Shammi, which is played by Fahad Fasil. Shammi is a control freak. His need for order and neatness is almost creepy. Shammi takes pride in his immaculate mustache. The first time we see him, he looks at himself in mirror and declares with pride, the complete man. When sister-in-law falls in love with Bobby, we know that they are going to be in trouble. But Kumbalangi Night isn't content to be sorted love story. The director Madhu C. Narayan and writer Shyam Pushkaran creates an exclusively layered portrait of love and loss, compassion and redemption, and above all, meaning of masculinity. The ugliness of the brother's life is in sharp contrast the stunning surroundings. Cinematographer Shaiju Khalid showcased the nature-like slice of heaven, the lush shades of green, the moonlight bouncing off the placid waters, and the shimmering fishnets. So, I chose this topic, a geographic analysis of culture, an in-depth study of the film Kumbalangi Nights, because every film has a uniquely powerful connection with the human culture. Each film portrays different culture in the society. They have become a part of our family, like our life. Films portray both urban and rural culture in the society. The project analyzes the culture aspect of the place Kumbalangi and how it is portrayed in the film Kumbalangi Nights by applying the theory geocriticism. Every culture is unique. The world around us is surrounded by many cultural groups. Culture refers to any kind of morals, habits, norms, practices, beliefs, laws, or custom acquired by man in a society. It is transmitted from generations to generation. Culture is the representation of a society with their thinking, norms, values, and symbols. For example, movies like Kammattipadam, Ankamali Diaries, Kumbalangi Nights, Endu Mandaperu, Maheshanda Pradikaram are some of the movies which used small towns and villages as its set. The culture of those small villages, including the local dialect, occupation, art forms, and livelihood, are being portrayed in the film nowadays. Malayalam cinema has witnessed various vibrant social, political, economic, and cultural shifts in Kerala society over the past 18 years. Culture geography is the study of many cultural aspects found throughout the world and how they relate to the spaces and places. The main cultural phenomena studied in cultural geography include language, region, art, music, and other cultural aspects that explain how people function in the areas in which they live. Cultural geography links culture to the physical environment in which people live. The people living in the rural areas are most culturally tied to the environment than those living in urban areas. Malayalam cinema's exploration into spatiality had been minimal till the beginning of the new millennium. Except for some subtlety portraits of locations, Malayalam cinema stayed focused on social realize with the context of the narrative, where location were spaces in foregrounding the narrative action. This paper is an attempt to trace the cultural aspect of the Malayalam movie Kumbalangi Nights using the theory geocriticism. Geocriticism is a method of literary analysis that incorporates the study of geographical spaces. In the field of literary theory, geocriticism is an interdisciplinary method of literary analysis that focuses not only on such temporal data as relationship between life and times of author, the history of form, or the story, but also on spatial data. Geocriticism was theorized by Bertrand Westphal in an innovative work published in 2007 entitled Geocriticism, Real and Fictional Space. It is a new means of analysis that prioritizes spaces, places, geographical practices. Textual and real spaces are the core of analysis. Kumbalangi Night is a Malayalam movie directed by Madhusi Narayan and written by Shyam Pushkaran. The film portrays life in the coastal village of Kumbalangi. The film shows cultural aspect of the village. Kumbalangi is an isolated island village in the outskirts of Kochi. The main occupation of the villagers of Kumbalangi is fishing, and there are hundreds of sardine nets in the backwater. It is the first model village in Kerala. So, Kumbalangi as a space of cultural geography. Malayalam cinema has always been at the forefront of portraying idyllic village life at its various shades. The film Kumbalangi Nights is about the life of four brothers, Saji, Bonnie, Bobby, and Frankie. They live in a dilapidated house which has no doors or windows. The brothers share a love-hate relationship, and it progresses when they stand together to help Bobby for his love. It is a beautiful small town film about healing and bonding. The film balances the beauty of village life with consequences of rural unemployment while giving a chance for the characters to redeem themselves. The film creates an atmosphere that is undisturbed by the urban lifestyle. The most hi-fi technology used is the Bluetooth speaker and the washing machine. Even the snack eaten in the film is coconut and jaggery. The movie also revolves around the plot of the tourism sector, where there is a scene of a foreigner residing and getting along with the locality and the scene that describe the choir making. Saji is the eldest one, and he is the laziest among them. He claims that he is doing a business in partnership with his friends. In the opening scene of the film, we could see Saji quarreling and wrestling with the third brother, Bobby. Saji was a fisherman in the past, and he opted for the same job in the end as well. The lazy character of him gradually changes as the plot of the film moves and he becomes mature and responsible one at the end. Bonnie, the second brother, is mute and spends most of the time with his peers. He has taken dance as his profession. Bonnie stayed with his friends in the dance academy and only comes to the house once in a blue moon. He also does fishing when he needs money. When the youngest brother Frankie comes back from the hostel, Bonnie takes him to catch fish to buy him a new shirt. The only sane one among the brothers is Bonnie, who commands power within the house despite his inability to speak. He knows how to protect his younger sibling who is in formative age. The third brother is Bobby. He is also a loafer. He used to live in his own world hearing music all the time until Baby Mole came into his life. Bobby tries many jobs for him, but he ends up fishing. He has wonderful fishing skill, which was realized and appreciated by Baby Mole. When Bobby says that fishing is a low profile job, she corrects him by saying it is the best job. Baby Mole is an independent girl who works in a resort. She motivates Bobby to get rid of his laziness to make him his character. Baby Mole also makes use of the tourism in the villages to make money. She owns and operates a homestay named Girija Homestay in Kumbalangi. The relationship between Bobby and Baby creates a bit of tension to the atmosphere of the film when the girl's brother-in-law, Shammi, becomes a hurdle to the both of them. Then there is Frankie, the youngest brother, and the most sensible one among them. He was studying in a distant school as he has got a scholarship. When he came back to Kumblangi, the condition of the house was really pathetic. He is the only one who tries to untie the family and bring it back to the old form. Frankie also does fishing to fulfill his needs as there is no one to rely upon. The opening scene of the film set in boys' hostel where Frankie stays. One of his friends suggests a plan to visit home, followed by a trip to Lulu Mall in the city. But Frankie disappoints them by saying that everyone at his home is suffering from chickenpox and stares at the ceiling. Frankie wishes to take his friends home, but the pathetic condition of his home makes him not to. Naila is another character of the film. She is a foreigner who comes to visit the place Kumblangi. Naila was staying in the homestay operated by Baby Mole, but she had to move to the house of her boyfriend Bonnie as Shami created a problem. She is the type of girl who loves to experience anything in the village, including boating and fishing, and also like getting along with the localities. By showing Naila, the movie also portrays the aspect of tourism in the village. Sadi, the widow of Saji's friend, also comes with her newborn to the house. Sadi's husband, who was a close friend of Saji, dies because of the immaturity and irresponsibility of Saji. Shammi, the antagonist of the film, is seen admiring his flawless face and well cut mustache by the mirror in the introduction scene. He is not the routine villain of Indian films. Instead, he takes a goofy, somewhat pokey, and comedic way. Every character in the film depends upon the landscape of living. The brothers do fishing and it helps them financially. Baby Moo works in a resort and she operates a homestay in her free time. She also works as a tourist guide as she knows English well. She is making use of every aspect of tourism for her living. Rural unemployment and religion are the main antagonists in the film as they cause a division between bonding of the family and sometimes it acts as a catalyst that brings them together. The best and beautiful part is the portrayal of the Kumblangi in the film. The beauty of the place is shown in the film in its raw form. Every minute detail about the place has portrayed well in it. In the song Chiradugal, the Chinese fishing nets are shown. They are also known as Chinavala in Malayalam. They are a kind of fishing nets that are fixed to the land or underwater with wood. Cast net used by Frankie in the opening scene is also shown multiple times in the movie. Va, Vale Vishan Pogam, Bonnie asks Frankie. Then we can see them preparing the nets for fishing. Bobby is better at fishing than any other job, but he is reluctant to do it as he considered it as a low standard job. We can see him catching a fish just using a string within seconds in another scene. He also used to sit near the shore and catch fish when he is alone. Bobby is so efficient in throwing nets and he is chosen to give a demonstration to the foreigners. He spent most time fishing as leisure. Every scene in the film has a reference to fishing. Bobby and his friends use the boats and fishing nets to sleep and rest. The background frame of every important scene of this film includes fishing equipment. Women catching small fishes using their hand and collecting them in a pot are a frequent scene in every fishing hamlet and coastal region. It is also shown in the song Chiradugal. The reference of fishing comes again in the fighting scene. The brothers use the cast net to catch the violent psycho antagonist Shami at the end of the fight. Apart from doing job in the resort, Baby More also provide homestay facilities to the tourist. It is also a major job of the villagers in real life. Bonnie's girlfriend Naila was first staying in Baby's homestay, but then Shami creates a problem and make her go saying that she was practicing adultery in their stay. Boat is the most important travel used in the film. It is a mode of travel used in the film. The house of the brothers is located in a small island in the Kumbalangi Island. There is no road to reach their house, and that's the main reason everyone prefers boat. Nyan vallam konduvarano? Frankie asks Bonnie in the first scene. Frankie uses the boat to go for playing football with his friends. They are mainly used by fishermen for fishing. We could see them rowing the boat throughout the water in many scenes. Bobby and his friend Prasad use it not only for traveling but also they use it as a bed to sleep and rest throughout the day. The tourists visiting Kumbalangi, including Naila, also prefer boat as they can experience every bit of the culture. Baby Mole's house is located away from that of Bobby's. They have access to roads and they use bikes or scooters to travel. The mode of travel both of them uses are also shown the difference between them. By asking Endha Prahasana Unasaji, he means what a farce dialect he is doing. So we can see the dialect used in the people of Kumbalangi and surrounding areas. Saji at first didn't understand the meaning of the word Prahasanam, but then he understood it. Every character of the film uses the same slang. Frankie and friends use the word Machani to call themselves. The word Machani means friends. The tone of the local dialect of Kumbalangi and its surrounding areas is different from other regions. Every part of Kerala has its own cultural dialects, such as Kumbalangi. The dialect was previously seen as a local and inferior. Kumbalangi Night focused on the unprivileged people of Kumbalangi and tried to bring their dialect and realistic dialogues. Nowadays, these dialects are very famous and people like to hear this as it has its own tone and vocabulary. The words like mass, freakin', scene, dark were used by the young youth there to mention situations and now it is very popular among the youth of Kerala. Frankie considered his home as the worst house in the Panchayat. The house is nothing but hell, Frankie says watching Saji and Bobby fighting. The brothers of the movie live in a diplomated house at a desolate island in Kumbalangi. It is rugged house which exposes the bare bricks in mossy green and doorless doorways curtained by old cloth pieces. The house has no doors or windows and it is not safe for women or children. When Frankie is back from his school, he becomes irritated seeing the condition of the house. The house was very messy with eggshells on the chair, cigarettes, and its ashes on the floor. He is one of who cleaned up all the mess. The elder brothers don't actually care about the house or its condition. The house is portrayed as very dirty with no standards. In the song Chiradugul, we can see house in detail. The dusty swing machine and trophies and lottery tickets in the aquarium, adult books on the top of the television and drip net says all about it. The house of the brothers doesn't have a properly functioning toilet. The house in the film is not lively. It is shown as a gloomy and dark. Frankie becomes surprised hearing Naila say, "Such a beautiful house you have here." Naila was the first guest they had in the house. No one other than the brothers used to come on to the place. Frankie was so happy having a guest there, and the smile in his face while washing the teacup says that all. Even the cat was surprised, and he also accompanied Frankie in washing the cup. ഇതാണോ നിങ്ങളുടെ പുകയില്ലാത്ത അടുപ്പ്? Bobby asked Saji, who is coughing due to smoke from the so-called smokeless kitchen of their house. Saji uses to tell them that they have smokeless kitchen every time someone blames their house, but even that smoke kitchen is not working properly. As the story progresses, Bobby feels the need of a safe and clean house as he can need to bring baby after their marriage. The absence of a female is evident in the house. After their mother left them to serve the god, there were no women in the house. Their mother left them when they were young to become an evangelist. The dust issuing machine used by their mother is now lying useless in a corner of the house. The brothers are using it as a show rack to keep them footwear. When Saji brings the widow of his friend and his newborn child, she is portrayed as Mother Mary. The house became lively after the women came. The house, which Frankie considered as the worst house in Punjab, gradually becomes bright and lively. ഈ വേണ്ടാത്തതുങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ടിടുന്ന സ്ഥലമില്ലേ അതാണിത്, Bobby says to the Tamil woman about the house. But in the end of the story, the house fills with happiness and light. The water body, which is present in almost every scene, is an important aspect of the film Kumbalangi Nights, from the opening scene in which a boy is drowning to the very ending scene. The water bodies are shown as important element. Their house is located as an islet which is surrounded by backwaters. Boating is the main mode of travel and fishing is the major occupation as they are surrounded by water bodies. The people of Kumbalangi live mainly depending upon the water bodies. Baby Mole's house is also situated near the shore. The water bodies witness every important event in the film. Kumbalangi's major geographic feature is its water body itself. It is an island village situated amidst backwaters. The livelihood of the people depending upon the backwaters. There is only one road which connects to the city. In the song Uiral Thodu, mangrove forests are portrayed. Bobby and Baby are used to going to a mangrove forest to spend time. In the song, we can see Bobby's friend and his girlfriend also accompanied them to the forest. The main attraction to the place Kumbalangi is its mangroves. The people of Kumbalangi have sighted the sea sparkle many times in their lives. Sea sparkle is likely to happen during the month of September and October, post the rain. It happens in relatively calm waters and in a highly conductive environment. Every song in the film Kumbalangi Nights give an account of the landscape of Kumbalangi. The song Chiradukal Thorum Ninthi shows the minute details of the place. Frankie lying in a net looking upon the star is the first visual shown in the song. The Chinese fishing nets, a man rowing boat, and women collecting fish in a pot are also shown. The beauty of Kumbalangi and its greenery is visualized excellently in the song. The song starts in night and ends in morning. Thus, the nightlife can also be seen. Another song in the film is Uiral Thodu, which shows the love between Bobby and Baby Mole. In the song, the water bodies and mangrove forest of Kumbalangi are mainly shown. Bobby and Baby usually go to an island full of mangrove trees to talk and there use damaged poles, ripped nets to rest. The song You Gave Me Words also shows the landscape of the place brilliantly. The sunset in the place of Kumbalangi can be seen. The beauty of nature from sunset to night is shown in this song. The three songs of the film portray three types of beauty of the island. The first one portrays the night to day life. The second one shows the day life and the last portrays the dusk to night life. Conclusion. Kumbalangi Night, the Malayalam language family drama film, was directed by Madhu C. Narayan. It was jointly produced by Fahad Fasil, Nazra Nazim, Dilish Pothan and Shyam Pushkaran. The film was released in India and Gulf territories on 7th February 2019. It received widespread critical acclaim and was a major commercial success at the box office, grossing 39 crore worldwide. The film tells the story of a dysfunctional family of four brothers Saji and Bonnie, Bobby and Frankie, who always quarrel at each other. The brothers set aside their difference to help Bobby to achieve his dream of marrying his girlfriend Baby. Slowly, the dysfunctional family turns into the happy functional family. Also, the gloomies and darkness of the house decreases by increasing the light and happiness. The house without any women changes into a house having more than two women. The beauty of Kumblangi has mesmerizingly cinematographed by Shaiju Khalid. It is specifically captured exceptionally beautifully. Right from the song Chiradugal Thurum, Kumblangi Nights portrays the beauty of the night in Kumblangi. Every minute detail about the place Kumblangi has shown in the film without any addition or subtraction. The culture and the geographical diversity of the village Kumblangi thus achieves a better attention in the film. The village of Kumblangi has many cultural aspects including their traditional occupation, traditional mode of traveling and dialect, etc. The movie Kumblangi Night tried to portray every aspect of Kumblangi Island. Boating is the main mode of travel in the village as it's surrounded by backwaters. Besides it, two-wheelers and three-wheelers are used in some regions of Kumblangi. In the film Kumblangi Nights, the filmmaker successfully portrays the traditional mode of traveling. The characters in the film mainly preferred boating from the opening sequence of the film. Bobby, Bonnie and Frankie prefers boats to travel than other vehicles. It shows the real life of the villagers and the local people. The main occupation of the villagers are fishing and crab farming. The majority of Kumblangi people depend upon fishing for their lives. It is also portrayed well in the film. The cover in Kumblangi is also portrayed in the film. Cover is a type of magical glow in the brackish water. In Kerala, Kumblangi and Kollam are the only places that witness this magical glow. It is caused by some microplankton. The film also portrays the magical glow in the water body. Bonnie takes his girlfriend Naila to show the cover in the water with a slow melody in the background. The geographical features of the place Kumblangi is portrayed in the movie Kumblangi Nights excellently. The nature of the place, including the water bodies, the flora and fauna, and other crops which grow there, are perfectly shown. The geographical features and the livelihood of the local people are also shown very relatively. Kumblangi is the place where the people belong to every religion. The movie also portrays the religious culture by showing off the love between Baby Mole and Bobby, people of two different religions. And the religious harmony of the villagers is also portrayed here through them. The music used in the film is also apt to the culture and the condition of the place. The slow melodies perfectly fits the visual of Kumblangi. Geocriticism is a method of literary analysis that incorporates the study of geographical spaces. It is the kind of study of places that appears in literature and movies and how literary representations affect the preparations of real space. Thank you.